What we often see, certainly on a surface area, is that a child is functioning perfectly well. They will be doing particularly well at school, they will have a few friends at school, they will not be showing any particular depressive symptoms, but they're only able to maintain what appears on the surface to be good functioning because they have taken that drastic step of cutting out half of their family, half of their life. So their way of coping, and it's not a conscious decision, it's a very unconscious decision, is I know that I will not feel this horrible feeling if I cut that parent out of my life and I get on with my life in this way, and therefore I can function quite well. What happens in the long term though, they start to exhibit maybe more depressive symptoms, may have a depressive disorder, they may have other psychiatric illness, are more likely to get another psychiatric illness. In particular, the issues are around them developing relationships, and that's not just in intimate partner relationships, it's any working relationships. So as they're going through this alienation process, their ability to critically evaluate situations is quite significantly harmed. So they see things in very much black and white terms. So they go into adulthood idealising and devaluing things as well, devaluing people, idealising people and changing affiliations, and not being able to develop that intimate relationship, and not being able to trust in their own judgment making because they've not been able to do that as they go through childhood. So there's quite a lot of evidence that as a child moves into adolescence and moves into young adulthood, and if they are able to separate from that alienating parent, if they go off to university, if they develop friendships, they begin to get a different perspective on what might have happened. And quite often we hear of children reaching out to that parent that they have rejected and re-establishing that relationship with that parent. And as they get that better perspective, sometimes they then lose the relationship with that parent that alienated them. And it's a big risk for those young adults because they don't know how the parent they rejected is going to react. They're already doubting the parent that had manipulated them. And sometimes, unfortunately, they're left with no parent in their life. And that's a very scary place for a young adult to be.